I'm going to take a few moments. I took a few moments before I started speaking because when you're giving the lesson for the afternoon or morning, when you start, you can't stop. Otherwise, y'all look at me funny if I just... See, you can't stop talking. Y'all expect me to keep going. But I do want to thank God for this opportunity to speak to you all, and also thank the leadership here for giving me this opportunity to bring the lesson for this evening, for this afternoon. Also, I'd like to thank all those who have stayed with us this full day. It's been a long 2 days. We've had a good time here on Wheless Lane. Yesterday we had the fun day, and a lot of people didn't leave with as many sodas as they anticipated, though a lot of people tried. I was over there to see a long line and a lot of disappointed people. And I don't know if parents are happy about that there's not a lot of soda in their house to be drunk, but we're going to probably have to keep those brothers on that job because they stingy. They stingy over there on the ring toss. Also, we had today, you guys have had a good meal. I hope so. I didn't eat. But I hope it was good. You look full. Heavy eyes. So I'm gonna try. I've designed it where I won't be up here long, but well, I'll leave it at that. Also, this lesson, if you looked at the back of your books, when you saw that lesson there, you probably saw that blank there. And you probably looked at that and said, well, did Brother Gaston not really know what he wanted to place there, or is he crazy? Yes. But the reason it's blank is because the anti that's for you to fill in. I don't know everything that's going on in your life. You don't know everything that's going on in my life. I know that we are tempted at all times. I know that sin is out there trying to catch us all the time. I know that the devil comes in many forms. I know he comes in forms of neighbors. He may come in forms of family members. He may come in form of co-workers, bosses. He may come in any form. I don't know what form he's attacking you in, but I do know that hope is the anti to that problem. So you go home and you fill in that blank. And you may have to fill it in day after day. It may change. I don't know. But that's for you to fill out. That's why that's blank there. But I hope that the lesson I pray that the lesson will benefit you in a way that when you fill in that blank, you'll have the tools necessary to solve that problem. And you'll understand what it means to have hope, the anti, well, you fill in the blank. The background on this lesson, one of the causes of me to study on this, to present this lesson, is a story I read in a book called Caring for Souls. It's the story of Megan. And give me a few moments. I'd like to read it for you. It says, Megan is a teenage girl living in the Blue Ridge Mountains of West Virginia. Her community is a depressed coal town with no real industry or employment opportunities. Her county has one of the highest unemployment rates in the country and the lowest per capita income level in her state. It is interesting to note that it also has one of the highest teenage pregnancy rates in the entire country. With opportunity minimal, income scarce, and the potential for self-improvement difficult to imagine, there is little for a young woman to lose by getting pregnant as a teen. It has been said, the most effective birth control is hope. If a young person has plans, goals to reach, and a serious sense of those goals, and serious sense that those goals can be reached, he or she is far less likely to risk them with behaviors that would hinder those ends. Hope is a powerful preventative. It keeps children from actions that are self-damaging. But a lack of hope, a sense of personal incompetence, and a lack of personal life potential can all attribute to a sense of resignation. Megan's self-image and sense of personal potential can shape her future. Is self-esteem a cure-all? Not at all. But it is a factor in establishing a range of options that define a person's future choices. Church, visitors, friends. Hope is the anti, and you fill in the blank. That story struck me because of that statement that said, it is commonly said that hope is the best birth control. But see, it goes further than birth control. Hope stretches farther than birth control. It's not just birth control. It's not just teenage pregnancy that hope can prevent. There's a lot of things that hope can prevent, and those things are going on in our lives every day. It can prevent us from making the wrong decision when temptation comes up. We all have a choice when temptation comes. If you remember that we will all be tempted, but we don't all have to sin. See, that's the choice we are allowed. And hope can help in making that decision. Let me reread our text. 1 John, the 3rd chapter. Turn there with me. 1 John, the 3rd chapter, and the verses 3. And I'll ask Brother Hero to go to 1 John chapter 3, verses 1 and 2, and just hold his finger there. 1 John chapter 3, verses 1 and 2. Brother Hero, hold his finger there, and I'm just going to reread our text. And every man that hath hope, that hath this hope in him, purifieth himself, even as he is pure. Brother Hero, do you have 1 John the 3rd chapter, verses 1 and 2? Read. How great is the love that the Father has lavished on us? Read. That we shall be called children of God. Read. And that is what we are. Read. The reason that the world does not know us is that it didn't know him. Read. Dear friends, read. Now we are children of God. And what we will be has not been made known. And we know that when he appears, we'll be like him. Keep reading. For we shall see him as he is. See, church, what's going on here? The context of 1 John chapter 3, verses 1 through 3, the context is that John wants us to understand, John wants us to know that God's great love, God's love is so great that it has made us his children. Now you got to remember, John is writing here to the church, and some that research, and those that research, they research and find that they believe that John was writing his letter to the churches that were outside the province of Rome, outside the Roman Empire, but writing to those congregations and letting them know that about the relationship they have with God, giving them that confidence and understanding how God would have them to live. And he wants them to know, he says, look, God's love is so great that it has made us his children. And it says that because we're his children, we don't know yet what we're going to be, but we know that when he comes back, we will be like him. And then he goes on to say, and every man that hath this hope. So you see, verse 1 and 2 demonstrate what the hope is. The hope is that when he comes back, we will be like him, although we don't know what we will be. But all we know is that we'll be like him. Okay? And we will see him as he is. Now, what I want to take for thoughts from this lesson, what I want you guys to take away is, I want you to understand what hope is. I want you to know what hope does, and I want you to know what the source of hope is. So what is hope? The word hope, the Greek word here is defined as, in 1 John chapter 3, verses 3, it's defined as expectation. It's defined as expectation, and the reason I want to stop here for a few moments is because a lot of times in our speaking, we throw around the hope as it is a word that's equal with the word wish. We say hope as if it's not going to happen, if you understand what I'm saying. We say, well, when you say I wish, you have no impact on that. You're just hoping to get something. You just want to get something. But when you hope, you're expecting. That's an expectation. Okay, now we've got to understand this a little deeper. Brother Darren, go to Hebrews 11. Hebrews 11, chapter 11, verse 1. Everyone please turn there with us. Hebrews 11, verse 1. Hope is